All right, guys, we love versatility, functionality, and building an ecosystem in the home gym. And today, I want to show you guys this Pec Deck attachment from Deltech Fitness and another piece I have that incorporates their lat tower low row piece to continue building the ecosystem in your home gym. Let's see what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, we're back in Luke's Garage Gym covering another piece from Deltech Fitness, a brand that I am honestly honored to have in my home gym because they're just good people, good customer service, and products that aren't so crazy expensive, but quality that does not break the bank. So today, what I have, and this is honestly something that I've gotten a lot of questions about, is the Pec Deck add-on to their systems. And then I actually have a really cool preacher curl hack that I did here too that you guys can incorporate into this existing piece that I have, which is their lat tower. So you got your lat pull down low row, which I did a review on for $3.99. And obviously this Pec Deck is an extra add-on, and then the preacher pad is an extra add-on. But again, we like building an ecosystem in the home gym, and everyone wants to know if getting these attachments and upgrading, is it junk? Is it worth it? And today I kind of want to cover, how it feels, how I like it, or do I like it, or just kind of give you my thoughts, pros and cons, and then we can go from there. Essentially, what I have is the Pec Deck option. So before I even got this whole piece here, actually, obviously it was not here. You just had your plate loaded design for $3.99. What I like is that, when I did the review of the Smith machine, you can also get the Pec Deck. You can incorporate more of their Pec Deck accessory systems and even their power racks as well. So I like that they have those options. So it's kind of funny. When I got this in, I started using it. I don't think I've used this old school style Pec Deck with the pad here since the dungeon days when I was like 15 years old at the YMCA. So it was bringing back a lot of memories of the feel that this gives you, and it's very different than what I'm kind of used to, what I do training chest. So the Pec Deck, how this works, it's actually on a pulley system that we added here in the middle pulley system. And essentially you have your different adjustments on the top here that go around on both sides, so that you have to obviously figure out your body types where you're at. I have it linked to the end here so I can get a full stretch. Now, you might notice that there's a little wiggle. Now, when you sit down, it's fine. It's fine. But again, this is a lighter machine. So, but if anyone is sitting down utilizing this, it's not going to tip over and have any issues in that regard. Obviously, if you're ever worrying about stability, you could always do is, add a sandbag on the back. But when I was using this just for the review aspect of the low row lat pull down with the slight instability, there was no safety concerns. Now, how does it actually feel getting this on? Now, with it being a plate loaded design, you really don't need a crazy amount of weight. So I've had it set up here. Do I have, it's crazy. I think I've got three 10s and some 5s on each side. And I'll keep this preacher pad in here so you guys can see. And when I do a Pec Deck style movement, I kind of like, I saw Jay Cutler do this. And I like this too, is you kind of hold on to the beams here, and then you get all the way in. You can do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll get a really cool clip of showing those pec squeezed. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do one more. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Now, when it comes to mind-muscle connection, and you squeeze and you feel it, dude, that is excellent. It makes me miss the old school movements because a lot of the modern day home gyms don't have these. Like the old school, like Bowflexes, those Marcy Fitness, all those old school machines had this. And honestly, dude, this is actually a pretty good exercise. And I think what people might get weary of is like, okay, look, if I were to add this to my lat tower low row, is it in the way? Can I still do a pull down? Can I still do a row? So here's the thing, guys. There's 2 ports here, which I'll show you guys. So really, you just unscrew this and then pull this out. So this is we'll show you guys this later because that's the different thing that I want to use. So this seat pad right here actually was supposed to go, it goes right here if you wanted to do a lat pull down. So when you're utilizing the Pec Deck, the seat will go in this port here so you can sit down comfortably to be able to do the movement. But if you say you don't want to use it, say you want to come in and do a lat pull down, just get your seat, get it locked in, and then you would come and get the leg holder, which came with the lat tower low row, and then you would obviously just line it up exactly where you want it to be. And then, so obviously this is still a little too tall. Whatever, I want to drop this down. You're able to get right back in here and still do a lat pull down, which shows that this does not get in the way. I know these older systems, like they cram so much crap into one thing that just the range of motion sucks, and you feel like you can't utilize all the different components of it. But the thing is about Deltech, they actually get in the product, they test it, they put it in the lab before they bring this out to market. Again, why they're just a good company. They don't just slap something up and just throw it out there. They actually spend the time to make sure it fits the needs of the customer or the consumer. English teacher, same thing. So the whole time, it's just funny. I'm looking at my little guy right here. Everyone in the comments say Milo is jacked. In the comments, make sure you give you that heart in that reply. He's my little gym dog today, hanging out and making sure he's gonna be, maybe one day he'll be a famous little Luke's Garage Gym celeb. I don't know. What do you think, buddy? The next thing I want to show you guys, and then I'll kind of cover a little bit more of the Pec Deck, but this is just a really cool thing that I figured out with this machine. Now, in regards to price, just before I show you this other hack, the Pec Deck option is a little over $200 more if you wanted to add it on. So they also have the version that already has it embedded in it, but if you're someone that wants to okay, I'm gonna get the Smith machine, I'm gonna get the lat tower, and then over time I might upgrade, you can also do that as well. So it's nice to have those options. So this is the hack that, I actually had a couple comments. I can't remember who it was. So if you're watching this, make sure you leave a comment. Hey Luke, can you use the preacher curl attachment for this piece? Because you got your low row down here. If I were to put this preacher pad here, can I do a curl? Will it work? So what I've got, this preacher curl attachment. Got to figure out, hopefully I get this right on the first try. Now this weight might be a lot. Yeah, I know. Maybe your boy's skipping arm days. So I'm gonna drop a 10 and a 5 in each side to drop. That should have a 10. So what is really cool about this, you see, it still doesn't work, is first of all, there's a decent amount of adjustments. So if I wanted to obviously loosen this, get this, I can go a little bit higher. Remember, if you guys are new to the channel, 6 foot, 210. So it looks like this should be plenty of range of motion. And what is really cool here is you can utilize, the piece they get or your own piece. So I have this Rip Fit aluminum handled curl bar that I've showcased in my attachment video. If I wanted to come down here and do a curl with the preacher pad, you are able to make this happen. Now, the weight's obviously, it's not terrible. It could be a little bit harder, but it's more of a showcase. But that just goes to show that you can have so many options with these Deltech pieces that, to be honest with you, I didn't even really think about, because I kind of just oh, well, you know what? A low row lat pull down piece, let's cover that. And then because of you guys so curious about these accessories, you got me curious. And then when I got it in and used it, I'm like, dude, there is so much you can freaking do with this, dude. Think about it, guys. Look, you got a Pec Deck, which, here, ignore that because I'm freaking stupid. You might have a Pec Deck. We'll keep this live. All right, there we go. Got a Pec Deck. squeeze it. Let's say I wanted to get crazy. Drop this, tighten this, drop this up for a little wild and crazy superset. Drop this up, tighten her up, and you got yourself a fancy curl. Let's say I'm like, you know what? No way, no way. That's all you can do? You guys are mistaken. We can hop this, take this off, put this on. We get a little wild. We get a little crazy in Luke's garage gym. Pop this in. Sure it's tightened up. Hop on in. Grab this and make sure that it is nice and secure. You can do yourself is a lat pull down. Drop that down. Say I wanted to get down here and I wanted to do a low row. Make sure it's set up. Got my feet planted. Got yourself a row. That just shows so much exercise variety in a honestly pretty affordable system. So this is over $100. You know, obviously the lat tower lower is $399. The Pec Deck's a little over $200. So, you know, still under $1,000 for all of that variety and versatility. Good customer service. I mean, you guys will have to let me know in the comments if you think this is a bust or not, but I don't know. I just like that you can do so much and it's not like overbearing. Hey y'all, so in the video, you know, as I was going through doing these things, I had these arms like this, which honestly do not get in the way when I'm doing any of the lists I was showing you, besides obviously getting in here and doing, you know, the Pec Deck style. But if you want to get these out of the way so you don't have to worry about if you think they're going to be in your way, this pop pin, you can easily just take it off, pop it like this, and then they just easily can just store in the back like this behind this. So, you know, if you're coming up here doing a curl, you know, it's not wobbling on the side. You know, I was kind of leaning forward, so it wasn't bothering me as much, but it's good to know that you can store these out of the way if you're coming up here to do, you know, the curl option, or if you're going to then take the seat off, put it here, put the leg roller here, do a lat pull down. You know, it's not in your face, it's not in the way. So it's nice to know that it does store out of the way. It has an option if you want to have that as well. Hey guys, actually, this is a day after filming the attachment video. I hopped on this attachment and I realized, dude, a one-arm curl with this preacher pad. Oh, wow. I only got 10 pounds on each side, and this is incredible. So, just goes to show a lot of versatility. If you wanted to upgrade this lat tower, just to continue to incorporate more exercises, probably could do is even get, I can have my my hammer handle, I could do a tricep too. So, you know, it's nice that you can add different attachments down there for the functionality of this piece here. Now, something else I wanted to share with you guys is the preacher curl attachment is, you get this part here if you want to put your bar here. Now, if you had just your regular curl bar, if you wanted to utilize the preacher pad for regular curls that you're with an existing bar you already have, you can do that. I was trying to figure out if I could put this curl bar up here, but the cable will be in the way. So you do have this when you get this pad if you're interested in case you wanted to do that. So again, more versatility and variety in the home gym. I just want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think of this piece. Now, it is plate loaded, you know, I wouldn't be too concerned about, Luke, you know, is there too much going on? Is it gonna get in the way of my movement? So 6 foot, 210, easily can get in here, do a preacher curl, easily can get in here and do a pec deck movement. So say chest exercise with a good squeeze. You know, you got your different adjustments depending on your different body types up here for wherever you guys are. Obviously you got your lat pull down up there, got your low row. But again, you can incorporate this Pec Deck into, you know, their Smith machine that I reviewed, or, you know, any of their other pieces that allow that addition to have, which shows that Deltech you don't have to just stop there. You can upgrade things over time, which I think is a really nice aspect of, you know, any company is giving the person buying ability to get more things over time, but they feel like they have the money they want to incorporate into more of their systems here. This is not, no one in here should be comparing this to one of these old school Bowflex things, those old school Marcy Fitness things, which, I mean, a lot of us got by for a long time, which, I mean, let's be honest, early 2000s, that's all we got, that's all we use, but this is way better. It's way nicer. Obviously, it's plate loaded, and it's a little bit lighter, but at the end of the day, it's got a lot of value. I feel like this is a good fit for you guys. Going through Amazon with my link is very helpful, or supporting Deltech, small business. Just excited to bring out more content. They have a calf raise machine that Craig showed me that they just came out with. Check out their Instagram if you don't follow them. I'm gonna get in here. Thing looks just freaking built, dude. And every product they got out that's new, I'm gonna try to get in here and test to give you guys an opinion. Just show it too, because I think at the end of the day, even if it's not a review, I feel like this is just a good showcasing video, just to give you an idea of what's out there in the home gym. But yeah, cannot wait to bring you guys more content soon. Luke's Garage Gym and Deltech Fitness. It's Luke for Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later. Squeeze it.